All right, the watch is for Tuesday, November 15th. Let's glance at the SPY real quick. It is hanging on after this big post-election move. It's holding on pretty darn well. It is worth noting stocks like Facebook, Amazon, Google getting slammed. I don't know what that means, but it's worth noting. However, as long as you're focused on the right stocks, probably having a good time out there. Highlighting dry ships from today. I said in the video yesterday that I probably wouldn't trade it today. Let me show you how it's set up. It's set up a lot like it yesterday, or I'm sorry, Friday. Remember on the red to green, I talked about it right around 12 is where I called it out over the mic. Look what happened today. Gapped up a little bit, sold off, and when it came back to a 5-minute buy setup, which was over this candle at 1420, look at the opening price was 1425. So 1426 is a red to green, high of day not too far away. So I called this on a 5-minute buy setup, 1421. I said, hey, this might go red to green and squeeze. Man, I had I had no idea it was going to go over $44. I think did it maybe hit $45 from a 1420 entry, 44.90. Absolutely insane. You can make money on a stock like dry ships and still feel like an idiot. I think most traders probably do, no matter where you got it. I took it here. I ended up taking it again here. And still, I feel like an utter moron after watching what it did. But, this doesn't happen very often. Somebody texted me earlier today, somebody I know that's kind of a young budding trader, and said, hey, what is the deal with dry ships? And I said, man, sometimes these don't come along that often, but when they do, you definitely don't want to be on the wrong side of them, right? You don't want to be shorting that thing because you don't think the move is justified. You can absolutely ruin your career. So I was right by not trying to short it, but man, I didn't pull anything near what I could have out of that. But I think most traders feel the same way. Nobody expected this to go from a low today of 1360 to almost 45, right? So keep that in mind as I go through the list, because I do have one shipper on the list for tomorrow, and I'll have some comments about it. NUGT put in a green candle today. It was on the watch list. Actually met our bounce play parameters. I was already on my late morning exercise routine. I was done trading, but just the high of day break coming out of this narrow range, or even this flag break anywhere in here, it went up nicely from there and ended up closing fairly decent in the green. I never did trade it though, but I'm looking for a continuation of that bounce tomorrow. That's NUGT. Again, that is a triple gold miner ETF. I've never traded it before, at least I don't think I have. So keep in mind, it's not a company. You're basically trading gold, and I'm not a big fan of that. So STEM put in a nice narrow range today, so it's worth watching for potential long tomorrow after this big pop. Couple days with lower highs, but a pretty narrow range today. That's got potential to pop tomorrow. CBI, Chicago Bridge and Iron, big pop back here. When the market was getting killed, it got killed with it. Then it gapped up, and it's really in a nice range. You switch to like 15-minute candles. A lot of times you get the gap up, and these things just go into a range. But I like the high of day flag here. This one has potential to rip higher one of these days. Maybe retest the highs from pre-election when it had that big rally. So keep that one on watch. Not very easy trader. LKSD I had on watch today. Looks like it's trying to bottom. It goes back on bounce watch for tomorrow. BABA, B-A-B-A, goes on bounce watch. Just been decimated ever since they had earnings, which I think were decent, and it went to 104.10 that day. I mean, it's come all the way down today. It hit a low of 87.88. It may keep selling. I don't know. I'd love to see it get down to this 85 area on an intraday basis tomorrow, because you've got the 200-day and former resistance that could become support. So this is a great area if BABA can get down there to look for a bounce, but it may never, may never get down there tomorrow. Anyway, it goes on bounce watch. CLGX also goes on bounce watch. Again, not bullish on these charts, but sometimes stocks get ahead of themselves to the downside, and you can get a nice snapback rally, and that's all I'm looking for. Remember, I'm a day trader, guys. I don't hold overnight, so I'm looking for things that can make me money tomorrow, okay? OBCI was on my gap playlist today, but it never gave an entry, and then late in the day, it just, look at that. Intraday, there's no entry here if you're a gap, if you're a low float gap player, like I like the low floats as gappers. There was no entry at all, which is good because my rules kept me out of trouble, right? And then late in the day, it kind of sneaks up and ends up closing near its high. So there was never a clean, low risk entry, but the shippers were providing plenty of money today. So it goes back on watch tomorrow. We might get a red to green or something like that. It's a pretty low float stock, just had earnings. Worth watching. Now here, speaking of shippers, I went ahead and I'm throwing SHIP, S-H-I-P, on potential long watch for tomorrow. It's going to, dry ships is going to lead everything. So I almost expect dry ships to take off out of the gate tomorrow and then reverse to the downside, but I have no idea what it's going to do. But if shippers catch a bid again, this is a pretty good candidate because it had nice support at this $2 area, all this way, and it finally, after this huge move, finally came back down and held that area again. Right now, it's starting to get volume, and it's near breaking resistance. This gets up over 3. It could get fast to the upside. So if shippers move, this is one of my favorites as far as a low float shipper that might pop. I mean, this day right here, it went from 321 to 790. So this is the one shipper I'm going to be watching tomorrow for a potential trade. I'm not going to mess with dry ships tomorrow, I promise you. And then lastly, THC. One of our members said to watch this as a gapper this morning, and I sort of dismissed it like I don't trust this thing, and ended up meeting our entry parameters, which I never even looked at it, and rallying all day. So it might continue up into this big gap here, might continue tomorrow. So I don't love this setup, but it had the gap down and kind of stayed in the range. Broke the bottom of that range yesterday, and then today breaks the top of that range. So you might have some shorts caught here for a follow-through day, maybe a red to green, something like that. All right. We will look for some gappers in the morning to add to this list I just gave you, and hopefully catch a nice gap play. And maybe some of these on the list will set up as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.